Shalom Akim Wagwathiam. First and foremost, to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kakudash. I'd like to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who do well and teach well, man. I'm doing a little walk and talk, man, right before camp, waiting for the brother to come pick me up. But, this just popped up on my feed, man. And, I'm going to let this play a little bit. But, it's just going into the famines, man. Where, food is going to be scarce around here, man. I'm just going to let this play and get into some precepts. I don't know if this lesson is edifying to the elect, man.
This is big breaking news. A letter has just been sent, and suppliers are now warning that things are getting serious, and we could see major shortages and major price increases as well too. All right, this is what's going on right now. This has been issued by one of the largest organizations that represents farmers. So let's get into all the details here. You guys can see this letter was sent to President Trump. All right, this is from the American Farm Bureau Federation. They sent this to President Trump. This is very concerning what they're saying. They're saying their leadership in advancing the One Big Beautiful Bill Act and providing $12 billion in emergency economic assistance has helped farmers enter 2026 on better economic footing. Yet we're still experiencing a generational decline in farm income driven by out-of-control inflation and dramatically declining crop prices. This is especially concerning when, just as America's farmers begin to put seeds in the ground for spring planting, the prices for key inputs such as fertilizer and fuel increase rapidly following the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. It says, like oil, global fertilizer markets are highly vulnerable to disruptions in maritime transit routes, especially through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical shipping corridor for key fertilizer materials and finished fertilizer. Furthermore, the recent energy production halts in the Middle East will affect the price and availability of many downstream products farmers depend upon. These supply chain shocks are expected to drive already record high input prices even higher at a time when farm margins are already extremely tight and many farmers are underwater. Without strategically prioritizing the delivery of critical farm inputs such as urea, ammonia, nitrogen, phosphate, and sulfur-based products, the U.S. risks a shortfall in crops. Not only is this a threat to our food security and by extension our national security, such a production shock could contribute to inflationary pressure across the U.S. economy. Farmers nationwide respectfully urge you to use your authority to take proactive steps to safeguard fertilizer supply chains and to reduce the risk of market disruptions that could tighten American agriculture. The Farm Bureau recommends the following actions to be taken. Given the time-sensitive nature of spring planting, utilizing the U.S. Navy to provide and maintain safe and reliable maritime transit for fertilizer shipments to the Strait of Hormuz, okay? That's something that's on the table right now. They want to do it, but it's extremely dangerous and extremely high risk. Because if one of these U.S. Navy ships gets hit and goes down either by a missile...
Alright, man. I just wanted to play a little bit of that, man. But I'm gonna, go back into the video, to point out some things that he was saying, man. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 6, in the KJV. And it reads, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the beast say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." And this is this is what's coming, man. We know that the Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz, to the U.S., man, but he's allowing other countries to move their oil, man. But this is gonna hit America, man. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 9, and it reads, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken for want of the fruits of the field." Man, my rise here, man. Hopefully I can make a part 2. I'm gonna upload this one, make a part 2. With that, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahshua, Ba'ashim, Kakudash, Shalom.